able to, you're still figuring out what you want to do and things like that, and then boom, you have a girlfriend, she's pregnant, things like that. But if it comes to like, I am the perfect guy, but right now I'm not financially fit at all of your fantasies. You find them, they can actually leave me. They can say, I cannot be in a relationship with you because if you can...
or do your nails when you have the money to do for yourself. Is it like a must?
Girls don't give a damn whether... they just want your money, whether they have or theirs, but their money is like reserved for some things.
Right. Ladies and gentlemen, we are back again. Kuchando Conversations, and I am joined by two other lovely people from the UK. Two other lovely people. It's your boy, Lady Black Angel. Or let me say man, because I boy. It's your man, Lenny Black Angel, and welcome to Kuchando Conversations. And I am joined by my guests, Ella and MUNYA. I think you guys can introduce yourselves.
Hi guys, my name is Stella, but I go by Ella.
Yeah, hola, my name is MUNYA, and thank you so much, Lenny Black Angel, for having me on this podcast. It's an honor.
No, yeah, it's a pleasure to have you. As you can see, Kuda is not around, but he is around. You see him coming through. So I would like to believe both of you guys have been in like relationships in the past.
Yeah.
Many relationships. What would you guys like define as love per se? Do you feel like you know what love is?
Do you want me to start?
Yeah, you can go.
Okay, on my own personal view, I don't think there is a box in which we can confine love, because I think it's a unique relationship, or should I say covenant between two individuals. It could be, it doesn't really mean it doesn't necessarily mean it has to be an intimate relationship. It could be a friendship. It could be the love that you and your mother have, or your siblings, or the intimate relationship. But when we are talking about relationship-wise, I don't think we should really confine love to a certain box and come up with a definition and say, okay, this is the right definition for love, because it depends with your unique relationship and stuff. Yeah.
For me, I think love would be defined in sort of like things that make love move and things that make love be. When you're talking of caring, when you're talking of communication, when you're talking of competence in a relationship, I feel like you and your partner have to compete, and that's how you can probably move. Because I feel like if you have someone that is the same as you, I don't think that relationship can go anywhere, because you need to challenge each other. You need to you need to move in a certain way. I think. What about you? What do you do?
I'm still learning as I go, because at my young age, I'm still learning. But like from what I've experienced, love is just liking someone. Obviously, you have to like someone first before you fall in love with something. It's liking someone, accepting them with their imperfections. If you get to a point where you feel for someone and you look past through the mistakes, past through the imperfections, and you're able to live with them, and just it's difficult to explain, but like you said, it doesn't have one definition. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
It's a broad term.
Yeah. A lot of people define love in a different way.
So when it comes to being in a relationship, there are different like ages. When you are below 18, a lot of people say no, you can't be in a relationship. But a lot of these kids, because of the internet, everyone is exposed now. People just be in relationships. So which stages would you think is the building stage for both male and female? Because usually female, the people usually say when a female gets to 25, now it's that stage where
Yeah.
it's getting tense, and now they have to think of, okay, now who's going to marry me? When they get to 30, now they are used goods, and now they are just they not it. But men, when they get to 30, you get a lot of young girls saying, I want to date older men. They are talking about the 30 between 30 and 35 there. So what then should be the building age for girls? Do you think the building age for girls is maybe between 18 to 25?
As a girl, raised in my own family, the way I was raised, most people that I've known so far, at least people from my generation, we get 23, 24. Most of them are just married by that time.
By 23
by
and
23,
24.
24, yeah. And the quickest you can go is maybe 21, which is very early. But you get 26, 27,
Now you're
something is
getting
wrong
scared.
with you. People like, witchcraft, whatever, stuff like that. But personally, I'm okay with 24 to 26, as I was raised.
Do you feel like you would want to get married in those ranges?
Yeah, earliest
20.
20. I still have to go to school, so 26.
So is it a
the
school
latest.
thing for women to be like, okay, around 24 there? Do you feel like most women think by 24 I should have finished at least my degree, I should have got my first job, I should have...
Yeah, because we all have plans, but obviously things don't go the way you plan
the
it
way
to
they
be.
planned, yeah.
Maybe you meet a guy, truly like, really love, and it just makes you forget about all your plans. And it times like that you can get married at 22, 23, and for you it will make sense. You'll forget about your 25, 26 year old plan. So it depends. We all have plans, but God's the only one who knows what's gonna happen. Yeah.
And you, what do you think, especially for the men, what do you think is the building age?
the
Like
right
you're building
age.
like a relationship, marriage, something, that relationship that gets you to marriage. What do you think there's a building age for men?
Are you asking about the right age where I should say this is the right age for me to get married, or
Yeah, the right
just
marriage
the
to
right
get married.
age
Yeah.
to start dating?
Yeah, or in general, the right age you think men can say, this is the age for me to get married?
I don't think there's a particular there's a right age thing into this marriage thing, but what I really feel is because people have different maturity levels, and some people mature early, some people mature late. But I think there's a certain benchmark where we can all like agree on a societal basis that at this age someone is really matured to sustain a household. I would say maybe for most men it would be late 20s, 27 up to 30 and upwards. But for girls, I would say it depends. There are some girls which they can say, as long as I'm done with school, I don't have any.
Is it like high school or uni?
Some
Some
depends.
high school.
Yeah, some could.
As soon as you're 18, you're okay to
you can
go.
get-
Yeah, some could high school, and then some could. But there's this thing that has been trending. Like there's been a trend like where you see, Lenny, you are just finished high school, or maybe you are going to tertiary school. You are still able to. You're still figuring out what you want to do and things like that, and then boom, you have a girlfriend. She's pregnant, and you have no choice. You have to.
Offer up.
You have to settle, you have to build your home setup and things like that. But considering maturity wise, and both you and your girlfriend are still young, and we have witnessed a lot of high home, breakages whereby you have one child, and the next thing we know, you guys are breaking up because you couldn't work out. And sometimes it might not be the right person. You think this is the right person, but because you actually married because there was a situation whereby she was pregnant, you had no choice. So This whole thing is just messed up. It's complicated.
Yeah. So what would you think? Because you said 27 roundabout. You
Yeah.
said 24 roundabout. So we can agree 3 years difference.
Yeah,
is the
for
right
me
age.
personally, minimum has to be 3 years.
Minimum.
Like the guy I'm dating has to be 3 years older than me or above. I can't date someone who's my age. Definitely not someone who's younger than
No,
me.
but what if someone is your age, also 24, they are like financially stable, they've also gone through uni, they've reached that stage of their life, and they are mature enough.
Yeah, that's why I say we all have plans. Like, this is what I want in my head.
Oh,
but I
but
might meet
it's
someone
different.
who's maybe 23 and
Yeah.
I'm 24. But the guy is mature, and everything's just okay. Then I just have to look past those expectations
What
I
about
had.
maximum age?
Maximum. Ish, I can't go past 10 years.
10.
But there's a misconception which I usually notice in girls. It's like a pattern. Girls there's this illusion. I don't know if it's an illusion or it's something they tend to look past these things, but with girls they don't really care. They don't give a crap about a lot of things. As long as you are financially stable, you can promise a secure future financially, and you can provide for her. Age doesn't really come into the question.
Into the question.
Yeah, you can find girls, they can be in a relationship with someone as old as my father, as long as they can provide them for them financially and all those things, going out, buy nice things, fancy things like that. But if it comes to like, I am the perfect guy, but right now I'm not financially fit. I don't have the financial muscle to support all of your fantasies. You find them, they can actually leave me. They can say, I cannot be in a relationship with you because if you cannot provide everything in as much as financially is concerned, there's the door, my guy. So
I think that also depends on the woman. Because obviously we all want someone. You don't have to buy my wants, but at least have enough money for the needs. Now it depends on the girl. If you have a vision and you don't have money at the moment, and I can see that you want to make something for yourself, you want to be, successful. That's something different.
So wait, you
That's something
say
different.
you have money for my needs. Let's say you are also working and you have your own money, and then he's working and he has his own money. Am I then supposed to do your hair or do your nails when you have the money to do for yourself? Is it like a must?
girls don't give a damn whether they're working or not. They just want your money. They just want your money, whether they have not theirs. But their money is like reserved for some things which they deem important. But your money is just for the
For
waste.
everything
Yeah,
else.
it's just there to
Getting back
exploit
to the
for the
question,
waste.
when you say
Yeah.
needs, because this guy is gonna be my husband, we say, if you can pay the house rent on your own, obviously I can help with the groceries.
Even if you are earning the same, he has to pay the house rent on his own.
His salary must be able to pay. If I'm not working or something happens to me, he should be in a position where he can take care
No,
of
but
me.
let's say all of you are working at the same time. Is house rent something that he has to pay?
No,
or
not
it will be like
not really.
a double thing?
If you can't manage by yourself, at least our responsibility is just not. It's not just the rent. There are other things to consider: food, airtime, fuel,
insurance,
stuff like that. So if you take care of the rent, I'll help with the other things. If we pay half for the rent, then we pay half for everything else. So if we just pay for the rent, I'll do the rest. But also at the same time, I can't be doing that my whole entire life. You have
I've
to get
seen
somewhere.
a girl when I was in South Africa. She went on live. I actually know the girl. She works at a club. She's a manager. She's one of those bottle girls, and she went up and became, manager for the bottle girls, something like that. And she was saying, I cannot date someone if they don't have at least 50,000 in their bank account.
Does she have 50,000?
That 50,000
Does she have
is not
50,000?
our relationship money or anything.
just-
It's just there. It has to be
And you see
minimum
what-
50,000.
That's what I was saying. Like,
Does she have 50,000 in her account? If she does, then that's okay. Because
No, but I don't-
if you see yourself as
No, but
someone
I
who
feel
can
like
make that
a
money,
lot of girls, especially like that, you see now she's working, she's the bottle girl. She gets money, especially even from tips and everything. If she feels like she can pay her own rent and she can probably afford to like get her own car, even if she doesn't have a car, she's taking her own Uber. If she can at least pay her own rent and buy her own food, she's gonna feel like I'm at the top. How men, when they are rich or financially really stable, they feel like, oh, nah, I'm the guy. She's also gonna feel like that if she can pay her own rent.
But I want you to notice something. If you see girls like that, and they have this thing in their head that I can do this. I want a guy who can do this. They can tell you that. But if you take a look at the guys that they date in the long run, or in reality. You'll be surprised they don't even date guys with that kind of money in their account. The guys that they have got money in that kind of that have money in their account, which is like that amount will be like older guys, like sugar daddies. Yeah, those guys with the big cars.
But I feel like a lot of guys with that money in their account, they're not looking to marry you.
Yeah,
they're looking for a quick, okay, and then out.
They just need to use you, and then because you find out you can't find a man like my father, who's like our father's ages, and they have that money lying around in their account. Obviously, they've got family. There's no way that they're going to leave their family and be with just a girl. Come on. So they are just there to use you and maybe give you a child, but it will be too late. Before you know any better, you find out that this guy. But girls, sometimes you see like a man that age with that kind of money, and you think he's single.
you get girls who know that these guys, these sugar daddies, they have families at home. As long as you're with me, you love me.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, it's my turn now.
It's my turn now. You love me and you're giving me money, you give me what I want. Because as long as you're using me, I'm also using you. I'm getting your money, you're getting whatever you want from me. If I can accept that that's the relationship we have, there won't be any trouble. The trouble comes when the girl falls in love with the guy and you're like, no, I want to be your second wife or this, and then that's where the drama comes. But if you both agree, like you agree.
I feel like a lot of girls get into these relationships thinking, I'm going to change him. Even if it's like a young person that has money, but that's fooling around. Because with the same example, that same girl dated someone that was with someone from the same club and another person. All of them, he kept dating one after the other. The same club, the girls that work there, all of them kept thinking, no, when I get in that hot seat, I'm the one that's going to change him. I'm the one that's going to make him stay with me. But the funny thing is, there are a lot of them. It's like a list of 6 girls, same club, same thing. I'm like...
I think that girls they can be a bit ambitious. They overestimate the power of...
No, but I feel like if I was a girl, I would use my beauty and everything to their advantage. Like I wouldn't want to be working. Like you see a lot of girls are in Dubai and everything, and then you are very beautiful. You know you can get any guy you want, rich or anything, and you just stay like, nah, I'm gonna go to a 9 to 5. Nah, I'll also be doing the same.
But how many times?
Let's be honest.
That depends.
I wanna be in Dubai.
How many times can you successfully use your looks, use your body to get what you want before the reality of life actually catch up with you? You know, I
feel like you can use it for as long. Like if you look at the It Girls from South Africa, they keep using it onto the next guy, and a lot of them will tell you, a guy sent me 100,000 rands for my BBL, and I did it. A guy sent me this, and they are still baddies when they are doing that interview. They are still, and they'll continue being baddies. Like if you look at one girl, Tobe Jani, like Cheboko Tobe Jani. She's like 40 something. She's still a baddie. She was a baddie from as young, like really young, and now she's still top end. You see,
but
so you can sustain it if you do.
But that's the gold
BBL.
digger. But that's the gold digger type of shit that we actually see this. Like these are the gold diggers that you wouldn't want to be with someone like that. Like,
no, but men don't care. Because there are men out there, you care, but there are men out there that are willing to splash the money and they don't care. Because, look, this guy has a wife at home. He probably loves his wife, but he wants to fool around. If he goes there and sees a it girl, sees a gold digger, sees a what, he won't care.
The pressure from.
It's always like, shit, she's beautiful.
Even if I was in a position whereby I have money to throw around and to give girls, at least if I want to do it, I would do it with a decent girl. You work hard
for your money. There are people that are out here on a computer and scam people. They don't work hard for that money. That money, right now, they can sit on this computer and make 100,000 from just nothing. And then, how do you think they're gonna spend it? Even if a girl comes in and says, "I want 10,000 for this," they'll be like, "Nah, baby," because they know it's obviously gonna. You see, so they are girls. That's why in South Africa, a lot of these girls are going for Nigerian men. How do you think these Nigerian men are getting their money?
Scam people.
They are scamming, they are doing all of these things. And there's a lot of money in all of these things of scamming, what, and they get a lot. Do you think they care if they give a girl 20,000 rands? They're going to be like 20,000, 100,000 BBL. Oh, my girl's going to look nice. Send it. They don't care.
And they just scam one person, I'm scamming this person.
And then it becomes a continuous cycle.
Yeah.
So then, it is because of guys like that or men like that is, society now, when the girl child, or like, should I say girls, are now monetizing their bodies and things that they shouldn't monetize, things that they should value. Like, because you can't just go around throwing yourself at every guy because they have money. You should consider the risk that comes with it. Like, you could get HIV, STIs, just to mention a few, and you could really destroy your life, like literally. So it is because of men like that even there are some good guys like you and me, and so because of guys like that or men who do that kind of thing, we have all been branded men are dogs.
Men are dogs. So now everyone hates men.
The same way you're saying girls are this, you give us the right to say men are dogs.
No, you see, the thing is,
you say girls are very ambitious. I did not say a thing. So when I say men are dogs, we also just keep quiet because everyone's allowed to stereotype at some point.
Yeah. But the general, like the brand men are dogs thing is just a like, should I say, a generalized term that is used to label men with like ill behavior.
Yeah.
I wouldn't that, like, even if I do something to my wife in our home setup or at home, when she'll be telling your friends, your girlfriends, she'll be like, my husband be doing this and this, what I'm girl. Men are dogs, so it is due to that statement.
But I feel like a lot of us men are getting relationships that are bound to fail before they even start because of bad decisions that women are taking with the men that they're going for. Because if you say in your head you already have what you want, so you're gonna be like, this is the type of men I want, this is what I want. But that perfect man, if you are to get that perfect man, they are probably thinking, oh, that girl wants me, that other girl wants me. They won't treat you right. They'll probably cheat on you. They'll probably want. And then when you then leave that relationship and then go to another guy that's not your type, but that's the right guy for you, already you're mentally from the other one. You're like, you know what? Men are this, probably this one as well. And you won't even give it a chance most of the time. And I feel like we are suffering from a lot of relationships now are going through a lot because of
personally. I agree what you're saying. If I want a good-looking guy, just not because I want him because he's good-looking. A lot of girls also want him because he's good-looking. Sometimes you get people, like, I will do that, like, when you see a male couple, like, hey, this guy has a choice, but the woman, what's going on? Because, like, the woman has gone past men who are good-looking, but because they know they're good-looking, they think they can just fool around because they can get any girls they want. So when you see a couple where the guy's not so good-looking, but the girl is okay,
the girl has been through
just know the girl has been through a lot, and she has come to a point in her life when she says, you know what, looks don't
I'm
actually
done.
matter.
Yeah.
As long as the person's good inside, then I'm okay.
Yeah, you're right. Because I think like it's perhaps we look at the wrong beauty.
Yeah.
The beauty that we look for is not in the outside. It's not
Yeah.
on the outside. It's in the
On the
inside.
inside.
Yeah, we should be able to look past these physical features, because I can't be going on like they're like, you know what? I want a girl who look like this, like that, like that, like that. This is the outside. But
Bunda.
deep down, okay, I can have a girl who looks like that at the outside, who fit the exact description that I want, but inside they are rotten inside.
Yeah.
So, like what they say in Shona, like you kuchukira kunze, but mukatirezere masoswe. So you find with someone might be beautiful on the outside, but deep down inside they are rotten to the core. So it's not really the beauty of the outside that matters. That's what I think.
But you do know that like we all tell ourselves that the beauty inside and stuff like that. But for you as a guy, to ask my number, I have to be good looking. That's true. Unless
because you don't approach someone that's not good looking. You're attracted to something that is good looking on the outside.
I think that's where we're getting it wrong, because I can't really say like I've seen a girl who's walking down the street there and like say like, you know.
So actually, do you feel like we should actually become friends?
Yeah.
Because a lot of the times, if we become friends with girls, they're like, nah, I can't be with my friend.
No, I
so
think,
now you are scared. You have to put your intentions front.
Yeah.
And because the moment I put my intentions forward, it's hard for you to now become friends.
what I think is you should get to know someone first.
How?
You don't necessarily have to befriend them. Or you're scared that when you get to a certain level in your friendship that you cannot really say, you know what, I actually have feelings for you. Is that what you're talking about?
Let's say you are from the same company. If you do not befriend this person, you can just rock up at a place. You can
always be forthright with your intentions. You know what? You can really tell them, you know what, I really like you, but I think we should get to know each other first before we can take this.
I feel like that's a good one. But at the same time,
what if they reject you?
We did talk about this in our first episode with Kuda.
Yeah.
We're talking about underage girls should you date. Kuda was like, sometimes you don't get to be with these people, and then you are scared that someone else might be, with them. So I feel like that's a fear that if I don't ask you, if I tell you, okay, I like you, but let's probably work on it, she's gonna be like, oh, okay, you don't want to be with me now, you want to be with me in the future and see if it's gonna work. Do you think she's gonna sit down? She's gonna be dating someone else?
I do. It depends on the girl. Because it's like this, take it like this. It's like you're engaged to someone. Do you know what the meaning of engagement means? It means I want to marry you at some point later in life, but just not now. So right now I'm putting this ring on you so that everyone else can know. Like, this is like, you can know. You and me, we have an agreement. So this thing that you'll be doing is sort of like in that dimension, but you are doing it like, you know what, I really like you, but for now I don't want to be in a relationship with you before I get to know you first. So it's an agreement. So if she's a same girl here, she won't be with another guy because already you have a thing going on. It's just not formal yet. It's just
but how is that stage supposed to last? Because at the same time, other people are not used to being single. Some other girl will tell you, I've never been single my whole life. And if they've never been single their whole life and you want them to wait for you, it's like a girl coming to you and say, we are now in a relationship, but I want us to practice, what is that, celibacy, we're not going to have sex for 3 months. Are you going to be happy with that? Are you going to be like, so it's the same thing that you're telling the girl that, yeah, I like you, but I need us to be sure.
Yeah, because the thing is, we are living in a microwave society where I like everything fast. Like, if I like you right now, I can just go on about it and
you now.
And then the next day we woke up between the sheets together. But that's not how things goes. You can always find yourself caught up in this world thing in a worst predicament.
Yeah, so this is part 2 of our podcast. My camera only records 30 minutes and then I have to like restart. So now we were talking about more so money, relationships, and the right time to start a relationship. I feel like I want to divert it a little bit now and talk about dates. Would you go 50-50 in a date? Sort of like, what's your think about going 50-50 in a date?
It depends. If it's your first date, I don't think it should be 50-50.
It should not be 50.
It should not be 50-50.
I should not.
So the guy should always...
If I ask a girl out on a date, if I ask you on a date, I have took it upon myself that I want to take you out on a date, and I should be responsible for that date. It shows a sense of responsibility.
So when should it then be 50-50?
Well, after a few dates, which I will be responsible. It's
like which type of dates? Do you like just go to a restaurant, you ordering like McDonald's, and then you're like 50-50? No, you buy your own McDonald's, I buy my. You ordering, going to a restaurant, you buying expensive things at that restaurant. What exactly constitutes dates that should be? Because I'm sure if you're going to buy KFC 2 pieces, I'm sure I can just swipe and buy.
And by the way,
it doesn't.
just a piece of advice. You taking me to McDonald's or KFC is not a date.
No, but it's a date.
It's not a date.
Oh, okay.
I can hang on.
No, wait.
We're hanging out.
Okay,
We're hanging out.
First thing is first. A date is a date.
No.
It could be home, it could be McDonald's, it could be KFC, it could be a fancy restaurant, it could be a simple
It could
restaurant.
be home. Okay,
I can cook for you.
But if you're at
It's a
home,
date.
Okay, you can cook for me.
because I feel like dating means a series of dates. So
Yeah.
every time you are together,
It's a
it's a
date.
portion of dates. So it depends on how your guy wants to take you out on dates. Because I've seen relationships where at uni they are usually called the what I think it's my room guys and whatever. Like every time you meet up this guy, it's in his room at uni in his small bed, and you guys are just there watching movies.
But
and
me as
whatever.
a girl, I ask you like, when are you actually going to take me on an actual date? Okay, this is a date. I'm coming to your room, hanging out. We are
So
hanging
when I
out.
take
Actually,
you on
no,
a
we're not-
restaurant date,
Yeah, restaurant
on a,
date.
like
Even a
maybe
picnic
holiday
date.
type date.
Even a picnic date. That's cute. We show that you have put some effort there, got the basket and everything.
So would
But my
you
guy-
be with someone that doesn't take you on such dates or something like that? Or you'd be like, I know, I'm understanding.
Like he said.
Or people are different.
Yeah, like he said on the first episode. What did you say? Forgot which point I was
said a lot of things.
You said a lot of things. Something about getting to know each other. You tell someone, I like you, but let's take things slow. When you take things slow, we are hanging out. We meet.
And
maybe like we meet at work.
Oh, what's going on?
Oh, my card is full.
So
Let me delete my
So nothing was happening.
nothing was
It
it.
was recording and then it stopped. So I always continuously check, which is it still recording. Yeah, I think we are good to go. I think it recorded about 3 minutes.
No.
Are you going to introduce?
Yeah, we are back. So my card was full. I think we did. Yeah, I think I noticed as soon as it became full, sort of like maybe 20 seconds or so.
So can I?
Yeah, so we were talking
continue?
about 50-50 dates. Yeah.
While we're still getting to know each other, you know my girlfriend, so I don't have to take you on a restaurant and stuff like that. And like you said before, you're still getting to know each other. I told you I like you, but let's get to know each other. Okay, that time we can go to KFC because we're hanging out. But when you ask me to be your girlfriend, you've taken a proper date, my God.
Proper
date. You can't tell me when to KFC.
So when
did you date this guy? Oh, where did you go with KFC?
So okay, he takes you on a proper date. He probably takes you on another one. You're like, this is it. This guy dates expensive restaurants. You've had pasta you've never had in your life. You're like, what's this? And then you guys start dating. You both of you are working. Next 3 restaurant dates, expensive restaurant dates. Who's paying?
I think at some point, because we know each other. Okay, like all know that guys at first, you wanna look as if you have everything going on, everything is okay. The guys like if you see him the first time, oh let me buy you KFC. The second time, he's trying to impress you. But like as you talk outside of when you're down the restaurant date, you're gonna have that walk, talk about life. You're gonna hang out before the next date. So as like you talk, I'll get to know about your situations. Maybe I know you're having a hard time, or I know you have plans for the future and you just need to balance everything. Actually, have understanding enough that when we go to the next date, either we pay 50-50 or I'll be like, no, you know what? I'll pay today. If you get a girl...
So it's not really 50-50, but it's almost like on certain dates that you can be like, no,
I'll pay the full bill. I think it's very weird.
But
I think it's very weird.
Let me
split it with
no, for me it's very weird. Like friends, I can like I ordered water. That's the only thing I'm gonna pay.
Like baby, you ordered champagne.
No, I think it's very awkward and weird just to take the bill. Like, okay, let's calculate out. You paying this, no.
But
if I'm paying today, I'm paying today. You paying the next day. I think that's how 50-50 should be.
It depends with the guy. Yeah, honestly, if it's with me, there's no way I'm gonna ask for my girlfriend to like
okay, so you always be paying the
I'll always be paying. I don't, it doesn't sit well with me. Like I've asked you.
But if she offers on specific dates,
I will respectfully decline. I'll say
let's say we're dating and I know like maybe he has some situations and he of course as the man he's like, no, I took you out, I'm gonna pay every single time. And I'll offer on the first. I'm like, no, it's fine. Offer. No, it's fine. I'm falling in love with this guy. So at some point, I understand him. And I feel like, no, I should pay today. You get girls who be like, no, I'm paying. Like, the waiter comes, you're like, oh, I'm going to pay. And like, okay. As soon as the waiter comes, you're like, tap. No, that's it.
So you
forcefully pay. Because he's humble. He's a gentleman. He tells you, like, I'll pay every single time. But you because you love him and you understand him. You have to help each other out, yeah.
So that it just pivots around the idea of that's what love should be like. It's about understanding each other. You find out you'll be moving into a different phase as you during the tenure of your relationship, and sometimes you get to a level where you can say we are getting to that level where we are. I understand you. You understand me during the course of the relationship, but. It takes a special person.
Also knowing each other.
It takes a special person to be able to connect to that kind of level. It can't be. Some girls can miss that. Oh, my guy is going through a rough stage in life, and they'll be like, you know what? If you don't take me, when are you gonna be asking? They'll be like nagging you. When are you gonna take me to a date? Yeah, blah 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 blah. They'll be missing. Why is my guy? Why is he not being able to take me to a date? Maybe financially I'm struggling, or a lot of things could be going on.
But they don't take notice.
Yeah, so it takes a special person. That special person to
give tools.
Yeah, they don't care to. Yeah.
So I think now we can move into. So you're saying it takes a special someone.
Yeah.
So I feel like for you to get to understanding each other, that special someone. You have to know how to communicate like your feelings and all of that in a relationship. What do you feel? Because I've dated someone that they don't really say, like, let's say you do something now that is wrong. They don't really say it there and then. When they are with you, they wait for you to like probably get
3-4
wherever you are, and then they text you now when you are home. I'm like, okay, this is what. But why didn't you tell me when I was?
You see the importance of that idea when I was telling you. I like you, but I want to get to know you first. You can, it's because we don't do that. People don't do that. You miss all these things. But during that phase where you're getting to know you,
or you know how she communicates.
Yeah, you know.
She...
Oh, so this person communicates like this. Oh, when she gets angry, and you decide. You take it upon yourself to decide. Can I really be with?
Because some people have anger issues.
Yeah,
but if you just get into a relationship, you would never know that this person acts like, hey, baby, what's going on? You'd be like, oh, wait, I've never seen a side. That's why a lot of people say, I've never seen it. I just saw a different side of him. No, but you didn't know him.
You didn't know. You didn't know.
So that's when if you find, even in the past where these relationships were arranged, sort of like by families, they would go through what they call courtship, whereby the girl and the boy you'll be courting each other. During courtship, you'll be able to. They want you to understand each other, to get to know each other. So there you can decide, you know what, I think this person is the perfect person for me because I like their behavior, I like their way of communicating, I like everything about themselves. I think we are compatible. But then there is those kind of people where you cannot be you cannot be compatible with that person, and thereby you can say, you know what, I think this will not work out. We are better off as just friends, and I don't think we should take.
Yeah, because
things
a
any
lot of
further.
times when you start dating someone, 3 months in, you're like, yeah, but I feel like we should have been friends.
Because I have been through that myself, whereby I have a good friend. Like I have a good friend of mine. She's a young lady, and she's beautiful, and I really liked her at some point. But then there was that time when I thought to myself, you know what, asking this person out, she will probably say yes. But then I can't risk me breaking up with that person. I know I'm not gonna be with her forever. We're gonna break up at some point. And when we break up, we can't be friends.
No, can't be friends. Okay.
So I would rather prefer not asking her out, would be friends. And up to now we are still friends, good friends for that matter. But if I had asked her out, I would have dated. It would have been something. I don't want to lie, but then we would have.
I feel like I also have like a similar story when I was going to uni. So I didn't go through the orientation. So it was a matter of, I don't know people. Like, are you just going there at uni? You don't know this place. So I met this girl, and she's the first person that I connected with there and everything, and I liked her. But then I'm thinking to myself, this is the only person that is talking to me now. Every person that I know as well, she's the one that's introducing me. Should I ask her out and then we become something? That's if she was to agree. And then in the long run, we wouldn't be anything. This was like in 2017. Now, I didn't ask that girl out. We became like really, really great friends. Now, she's like a really close friend. Like we are like this tight. She's still there in SA. But then it's that thing of, I feel like we can enter into how to like, because with men especially, there's this thing of, you can't have a female friend. Every person that you meet as a girl, you have to chow. You have to.
I have a question regarding that. I had this whole topic with this other guy at work. I asked him I asked him if he has friends. He's like, no, my friends are like in Dubai and stuff like that. I'm like, what about friends here? Like, no, I just have colleagues. And like, can I be your friend? Like, no, you can never be my friend. I'll tell you now. I'll tell you once and no more.
Cannot be.
If a guy wants to be friends with you, just know he wants something from you. How true is that?
I feel like, yeah, that is very true. That a lot of a lot of friends, well, I wouldn't say because I do have a lot of friends that I didn't have. Like this girl, of course I had feelings for her, and then I didn't act up on that because I wanted to build that relationship because I knew she was gonna be there, and she was really there throughout. Like we were always together, especially when I was starting uni. But then I also have other friends that are still there now that I never had feelings for at all, not even once.
But this close friend, she's a really good friend, you tight and stuff like that.
Yeah.
If she comes to you one day and she's in a vulnerable state and she's like, I need you in a sexual kind of way,
I feel like,
would you agree?
I feel like
because I think every guy will.
But she is still beautiful. But I feel like then it was 2017. Now we've built a lot of this friendship, and then now we are in like 2023, going into 2024. It's almost like it depends on where you are at that particular stage. If I'm at a stage where I need love, then probably I might fall. Because first of all, this is someone that you already know. So you might end up falling for that. But if you are at a stage where you are like, wherever you are, you already have someone that you're trying to build something with, then definitely you want. So it also depends on where you are.
Oh, okay. Regarding this matter, where if a guy says, I want to be your friend, they don't want to be your friend, they want something, I think it's not true.
It's not true.
But it's true to some regard. Like, it depends on its situation. There's this instance whereby I go to a girl, I appreciate her, like, I like you. Then say, I don't like you. I don't see you like that. Then I can say, okay, can you at least be friends? There, that's not a friendship. That's not a friendship.
Also, friend zoning is not a
Because
friendship.
he liked you,
At
and
first.
then you said no, and then he changed, and he wants to be friends.
So
that's
he's
not a
waiting
friendship.
for
Deep down, he's waiting for that
He's
perfect.
waiting for the moment.
Like,
yeah.
I'll ask again.
Yeah,
I'll
yeah.
ask again.
But then there is that situation whereby things can just happen naturally. You find yourself being comfortable to someone. Being able to tell them your secrets, being able to connect on that level, but it can never really mature into a relationship. But with people, these things we can never really. There are some things that our bodies do to us. That there are things that are just out of our control. Sometimes I cannot control how I can feel or how I want to feel towards a certain individual, or I might feel myself getting attracted to this person, but when that thing starts to happen, it's always mutual. Because it will be my response to whatever is going on. Yeah, because I cannot develop feelings of love or intimacy to someone who is not.
Replicating.
Yeah. So I think that's how it manifests itself, this whole thing. But if a guy comes to you and say, you know what, I like you, I really would want us to, and then you say, nah, and then they'll be like, okay, can we stay friends and can we be friends? Then that is a very dangerous
question
road. Yeah.
So I feel like now we can get into going back to the money part, and the marriage part as well. Like, what level of success should you be in your life for you to say, okay, now I'm ready for getting married?
I think that depends on the guy.
No, but you as a girl,
Yeah, as a girl, yeah.
you have you. A lot of girls say, I can't be married to someone without a secure job, without a good car, without at least a good place that they are renting, and without 50,000 in their bank account. You see, so you as a girl, you have, okay, if a guy was to come and propose to you now, they have nothing. What are you gonna do? You see, so you have expectations
Yeah.
what a guy should have before they propose to you.
So you're asking me what the guy should have before he
Yeah,
goes on.
like the level of money, or at least level of success that you think people should have. Because I have a problem with people that have kids when they are poor. Like, why are you having a kid when you are poor?
You can't take care of
Because now the kid is just coming into poverty, and then I have a problem with that. For myself, if I'm poor, I'll wait a bit. I can't get my woman. We discuss. No, let's grind. Because now a kid, they're gonna need Pampers. Those things are expensive. They're gonna pull you down. Now, it's just. I also have a problem with marriage as well. Like, that money you could have used it for loans and whatever. But that's a story for another day. But what do you think? Like, the right amount of money or success for you to get married?
For me as a girl, like you said, you get people who say they want to have their own house. I think a guy will respect you if he knows that you are with him just because you love him. They're not staying just because you can provide for me. I'm here with you because I
I
love
feel like
you.
you can still love someone that provides for you.
Yeah, you still can. But I think you just have... The man should... I don't know if they do actually. I'm not a man. They should have respect for you. If they say if you're a very independent woman who can take care of himself, I'm allowing to take care of myself. Just not because I can't, but because I want you to. So I think for me, that's how I think. I want to have... If I don't have a car, at least if I think of buying a car tomorrow, I have the money to buy the car. And you get... I don't know, in my culture, back home, there's this thing where when you get married, the man that brings... Maybe the guy's taking care of you. Of course, you can't take that money and send back to your parents. So I think you should also build your own life before you get married and take care of your parents in some kind of way. Just like when you get married and you're more focusing on your own personal family, at least you know that somewhere, somehow, you've done your part, you've taken care of your parents. Of course, you still continue after marriage, but don't be as much as you did before you got married. So for me, I think as a woman, be stable. You don't have to have a house, but just
So you
be
feel
stable.
like if you as a woman is stable, doesn't really matter what the man is bringing, just you are fine with getting married?
Me personally, if I'm stable, I'm okay to get married. Then the guy who's proposing, you also have to be stable, my guy.
What's
At least have a house,
stable?
or at least have money for rent or whatever. Okay, don't have a house because I don't have a house. I don't have a house, so.
So being stable is what? Having a good job.
A good job,
that
a
pays
secure
you well.
job that pays you well. That if you want to budget for something, that money allows you to. You don't work where when the salary comes, you paying rent, you're buying food.
And then it's
And
over.
then it's over. Like, what the heck, man? Anyways, you should have a stable job where it's a secure job, yeah? And after all the expenses, you have money that you can budget somewhere to actually build something in the future. You don't have, yeah.
I don't think there's any level of success when it comes to marriage. Like if I can be honest with you guys, when back in the past, when our parents, obviously things change, society evolves and all that, but our parents, when they first met, when they got married, they didn't have a lot. I think marriage shouldn't be the center of marriage. Shouldn't be like what this person has to offer and what I think what we have to consider first is your happiness. This person loves me, they make me happy, they make me feel like I'm the only person alive in the world. The other things that we are talking about, it's really a bonus for me. But what constitutes as a successful and a happy marriage is not really the things that comes along, which are like the financial, the house, the car, and everything. But I think you, as a girl, if you are to be with someone, you should be with someone who can guarantee you a secure life, like financially and all that. But it is wrong to have that as a benchmark.
Yeah, of course.
It's very wrong. It then erodes the sentimental value of marriage, or the sacredness of the whole marriage thing. That's what I think.
So what level? So for you personally, for you to get on that one knee and propose to a girl, it doesn't matter
The level
Whether
of
you're
success,
successful
you
or
have.
the level of
whether you don't
success,
have a job or unemployed or anything.
the level of success to me is my ability in the success in choosing the perfect partner for me.
And we're talking about finance, my guy. Don't try to
So wait, so
mislead.
for you, we'll give you an example. You don't have a job.
Yeah.
You're staying with your mother. You probably get some allowances, and then you also do your own deals, but they are not paying off. Probably you've got $300. You're in Zimbabwe. $300 take home per month. You're not paying rent. Probably staying with your mother because they're same house. And then you're like, Mom,
Do you know?
I feel like love-wise I am there. I want to get married.
Okay.
Now,
Is
as
that
a guy, do you
acceptable?
think it's okay for you to like to this
Is that
girl?
acceptable?
I want you to be my wife.
Yeah,
Like,
it
yeah,
is.
after you're my
By
wife,
all means.
go and
By
stay
all
in my mother's house. Baby, this is what I make per month. 300 to be contributing from this.
For me, I don't see anything wrong with that. I don't, because I can't wait on to like I would get married when I have a certain amount of money in my bank account.
At some point,
And-
I think he is correct because
And not at some point.
okay, at some point because that is actually debatable.
Right.
I should have a brother who took a wife. Like you go to the house, right? It's like a 3-bedroom house. They rent one room. They'll have one stove, one bed, a small
But
TV,
they're
then just one chair to sit, and like you see, they're living their life. But at some point, you have to get married.
No, but the thing is, what do you mean they live in the life?
Okay.
No, they're not living the life.
Okay,
That's how they're
yes.
living. He had some guts to actually take a wife
And put her
and put her in the house.
Here's where people get it wrong. They think you should get married, and the level of success of your partner or yourself or the things that you have can guarantee you a happy marriage. You are very wrong.
No, we don't
when you
think
Well, I personally feel like money can guarantee you some sort of happiness.
No,
it
some
doesn't.
security.
No, it doesn't. I know
Not
people.
It does.
I know
guarantee
people. I
happiness.
know people who are filthy rich. Trust me, my guy. They are filthy.
No, but
rich.
for you,
But they don't
everything
live-
you need to be happy. It's like now when you're poor, you're worried about car insurance, the type of car you are driving. You need to be happy. If I'm on like going on like a game drive, I have my nice car. I'm on a game drive. I'm this. I'm satisfying what my brain needs. And with my wife, if we have issues or whatever, easily get flowers, easily we drive off.
No, yes,
No.
yes,
Whatever
yes,
we
yes,
want
yes.
to
Where you
want.
get it
I
twisted.
don't
Yes,
think-
there's a thin line which separates your personal enjoyments and
their
the
personal
marriage,
enjoyment.
the marriage thing. If you're in a marriage, it's not about you. It's not about. It's about both of you. So it's not what makes you happy. It's what makes the both of you happy. Of course, there are gonna be problems, financial problems and stuff. But we are talking about a happy marriage. Take the finances aside. Take the cars, take the luxury houses aside. But when it comes into the institution of marriage on its own, standing on its own, are you happy? You have a nice car, but you are sleeping in a bar, scared to go home to the big mansion. Because you know as soon as you get into the house, you're gonna be throwing words at each other, there's gonna be violence and it's gonna be ugly. So I
But your
wouldn't-
example is also based on like super rich. You can be comfortably like well off. Like I have a secure job. That job is paying me really well for me to be able to get a finance car of a good Mercedes Benz, pay that expensive insurance, always have fuel for that car. We are renting our own 2-bedroom apartment, but it's like a nice apartment,
And
with
if out of nowhere
nice-
there was a child, I'm
out of a child, I am
financially-
financially able to give them. I'm talking about that sort of like, I'm not talking about.
But that doesn't bring
I'm living in
happiness.
a mansion.
That doesn't
It does
bring-
bring
it doesn't-
happiness
It
because you are
brings security.
secure.
It doesn't bring happiness. Lenny.
Secure can make you be, because I can tell you that if you are at a place where you are like really poor, like really low, your mind is constantly always thinking of what are we gonna eat today? What am I gonna do?
Okay,
What are we gonna do?
take even before we delve into this marriage thing. On my personal, I can pay rent, I can pay insurance. Of course, I'm not driving my dream car, but okay, that is also that is all taken care of. But I can say I'm not satisfied.
But you need your own like
I'm
place.
saying,
big
even
place.
if I can get my own place right now and my dream car, I won't be satisfied that easily. What I'm saying is all these nice things, money, and it doesn't. For me, that they don't constitute a rich and a fulfilled and a happy life. For me, it's relations.
Yeah.
So
other
I'm
people.
saying the best relationship, it isn't concerned about the amount of money that we have, the amount of possessions, or like, I don't know, but then it's about the relation, the how you guys interact with each other, how you get by on your daily basis. That's where my argument is. I think maybe you missed that point, but I'm saying your personal day-to-day life, it isn't about we are going on that joyride or we are going to the beach in Bahamas. So automatically, so I'm saying it's your relations, how you relate with each other. If we take all those things aside,
So personal interactions with people,
Yeah,
and how you're going to get along. But I would think if you naturally are a good person, are like easy to talk to. Like I did talk about communicating your feelings in relationships. So if you naturally make your partner communicate, make your partner feel welcome, make your partner all of these. If you tick all of those boxes, whether you have money or you don't have
I'm
money,
happy.
you are going to be happy.
I'm going to be happy.
But at the same
300.
time, if you are really poor and you tick all of those boxes, there's always that, because we live in a world where everything you have to pay for it.
Yeah.
Or
But-
you have to, you see. So it's like you can satisfy all of those depending. Like if you are a shitty person, whether you are
Yeah.
poor or you are happy, or whether you are poor or you are rich, you always be a shitty person.
I once read an article by Bill Gates where he was asked him, is there anyone who is richer than you in this world? And he said, there's before he had money, before I had all this money, there was this young boy. He used to give me, I don't know if he said newspaper or was it, I don't know, every day for free. And now that I have money, I looked for that young boy. I wanted to reward him for the kindness and generosity he had shown me. But when I found him, I told him, ask me for any amount, I will give you right now. And he said, you can't give me anything because I gave you this when I didn't have anything. I gave you out of my own heart. I was happy to give you. But now you want to give me something because you have surplus. So Big Gates was saying that young man is richer than me. It's not because he
has money.
more of money, but what makes you, like what Bob Marley says, he was asking, do you make a lot of money out of your music? And he said, how much is a lot of money to you? Because money doesn't make one rich, but my rich is life. That's what he said. So the rich, that's what I was saying. For me to be rich in life, I don't need a specific amount or a specific possessions. They are the relations, how I interact. I might be filthy rich, hey, but I'm the biggest dick in the room or the biggest ass in the room. So what good does that do to me? So I don't think maybe to some people money is good. I like it. I want to have 6-7 digits in my bank account, but I also want to be a good person. I also want to relate well with people.
Wisdom.
I also want to make good decisions, to have people to enjoy my wealth with. So that's what constitutes a rich life. It has to be complete.
Yeah, I think that's brilliant. It's probably going to change a lot of people's lives, especially the slay queens. If you're an it girl out there, this is the part for you.
And if you ever find yourself without much money in your bank account, and just be good. Just be that person that everyone misses. Just be like that person when we're having a good time. People will not have a good time if you are not around. And trust me, you will live a happy life just by doing that. Because I was with my high school friends, there was a time whereby people would contribute money, and I'll say, guys, you know what, I don't have anything to contribute, but I want to go. They'll be like, I'll pay for MUNYA. I'll pay for. They would contribute and then they will pay for me.
It reminds me of a story.
To be there. So,
when we were in high school there, so we used to go out. Yeah. So my camera had switched off. So I was saying my mother watches this, but it was in high school. So we used to have like a crew. Maybe we'd have like 4 guys and stuff. So you know when you're going on, like, we used to go on crew dates. Like we'd get like everyone is like, maybe there are like 4 hands, and then it's us, and then we trying to interact, trying to see if we can make any one of them any of our girlfriends. So there's this other time we were 5, and then there were 4 hands, and then one of our guys now did not have money. So when we were discussing, like, okay, so who's going? They're like, okay, guys, there's a contribution of this much, and then one of the ones that did not, they were like, go back home. Go back home.
Yeah, that was so sick of you guys.
So I think in closing, I think you dropped some wisdom gems there.
Yeah.
I would like to just sneak in something that is totally unrelated to this and just talk about New Year resolution. This is like a end of year thing. So when this year was starting, I wrote down a few things that I wanted. I was still in Zimbabwe at that time, and ticking the boxes. Like I didn't even know that I was gonna be in the UK. Like coming to it now, we are in December. I wrote this like I think beginning like maybe 1 or 2 January there. Like I start ticking boxes. Like I'm looking at the New Year resolution. Of course, not all of it. And part of my New Year resolution was coming to the UK. Part of my New Year resolution was all of this. Like you know, it's setting up a podcast, growing this. For you to get to certain stages, I feel like there's a friend of mine. Her name is Tulwana. I was in SA. It was a time when I failed first year, and then I got sort of like a depression, but I started working on myself. I had a conversation with her when we were working on some group assignment, and she taught me. She's really into God. I feel like the next podcast will probably be about spiritual things, faith, and everything.
Oh, that'd be great.
She taught me how the universe can talk to you, like how you can talk to the universe and the universe communicates back to you. Like she was saying, if she was even giving examples of her own life, how she told the universe she wants a job, and then she got a job. She said, I want this. So I was like, at some point I want to use that, but then I didn't like really jump onto using it and everything. And she also made me start going frequently, because when I was in SA, I never really found the right church. A lot of them, like Zayoja, AFM, you had to travel to a lot of places. She introduced me to like U Song, and I really loved it. And you know, with the songs and faith and whatever. So when I was there beginning of this year in my New Year's resolution, I was like, I'm gonna talk to the universe and tell the universe what I want. And I wrote down my New Year's resolution, and I'm like, okay, I'm in the UK, I'm this. Do you guys believe in that? The universe, New Year's resolution, whatever, speaking out things, and then they come back to you.
Personally, I'm not much of a religious person. I believe in God, of course I do, but I'm not gonna lie and start rehearsing Bible verses. I do believe that for you to attain things in life, you have to work hard and you have to pray to God. Of course, you want to go to the UK, you pray for it. What are you doing? Of course, you have to go through some processes.
No, but it's not just prayer. It's taking it out to the universe. Like really communicating. You know, the soil
universe
has like power and all of that. Like communicating
to the universe. And me personally, I've never communicated with the universe. Me, it's always God and hard work.
Me, I am a strong believer of God. I'm a Christian myself. I was raised in a Christian family. I've always been around the church, and this is something that has been indoctrinated into me ever since I was a toddler. And me, my personal experiences, I've witnessed how God can be, how good God can be in one's life. And you talking the universe thing, that like what you are saying, I would like to believe that girl was really trying to say something about there being a supreme being. So
the universe is sort of like, because God is the universe, so that's like you're talking to God, but you are like saying it out loud to the open, and God is just gonna receive it, and then
but I would for you to be able to exercise that concept in a more personal manner, I think it's actually good to specify like where you are concentrating your beliefs on. Like the universe, you are putting out broad there, but if you like say God,
because we are all
it's now
Christians,
directed
obviously
specific.
with God.
So
sort of like seeing God's power in your life.
So about resolutions and God, I would say it's very good to plan it gives you a sense of direction, where you are going, the steps you are gonna take, and it's good to plan. It's very good to plan, but we should leave room for God to do His will, because we say in the Lord's Prayer, your will be done on everything. Yeah. So at the end of the day, there's this friend of mine who always told me, kuti kuronga ndekwedu but kuita ndekwamwari. So we can plan as much as we want with the hope that I want this to go this, I want this to go there. But at the end of the day, it's gonna be God's will, because God knows better than us. So we should also trust God's planning in our lives, because He's there. He manifests His power in our lives, and He always know what's best for us. So
I think to add on that as well, with this having to also write the New Year's resolution, it's something for me coming to the UK. It's something that my mom has been in the UK for the longest time. It's something that was with me since we're talking of primary school. And I once at a certain period after high school and whatever, I once had a 40-day fasting period. Even when I did the New Year's resolution thing, I do it in fasting and in prayer. So that's how you have to communicate, because that's what we are. So a lot of the things that you pray for at a certain period, they don't come to you then, because God would then, because when I fasted for with the UK and all of this, God would take you to another place, but knowing I went to South Africa, I didn't know anything about South Africa. I don't think I wanted to go to South Africa. But when I went to South Africa, I actually learned more about myself than I ever did when I was in Zimbabwe. That's why now I still call South Africa my home, because most of my friends are in South Africa, and we wouldn't be doing all of this podcast if I never went to South Africa. I wouldn't have been a photographer if I never went to South Africa. I wouldn't have really found myself. So God is I'm going to take you there. You have to find yourself. You have to find who you are. And then I'm going to then place you where I want you to be. But a lot of these things take time.
God has His own time too.
God has His own time. Yeah. So, ladies and gentlemen, this is the end of the podcast. Myself, Lenny Black Angel, on Kumusha. I would like to just thank my guests here. Well, when we do the faith one, hopefully they will also be there.
He'll be here for sure.
There's a lot of deep knowledge you guys can learn from MUNYA. I think any last words that you'd like to say, both of you?
Okay, so just wrapping up on everything that we have talked about, concentrating our lives on being happy is the real deal. You should find something. There is a lot that you can do that you don't know. You have to go on a self-discovery spree where you can discover yourself more, interact with people more, and how to connect with people more. But most importantly, don't forget to pray, communicate all your plans with God, and trust me, with God you'll never go wrong.
Amen.
And thank you guys for watching. Lenny, Black Angel, thank you for having me, and MUNYA too. And please do follow me on Instagram.
You can shout out yourself. She's
Ella
quite
Online.
big. She's famous on TikTok.
On TikTok too, 70k followers. Follow me on TikTok, guys.
I don't know if you did you do the ceiling check?
I didn't do the ceiling check.
Comment down below if you wanted to do the ceiling.
No, I won't. Don't bother commenting.
I obviously wouldn't know more about that. I'm not really a social media guy, but you can always find me on this podcast.
Just follow me on Instagram, Ella Online, TikTok. It's Lady Freeman. Thank you.
If you also like our discussions and everything, please subscribe down below. I think we're still really low on subscribers, but we've been getting a lot of views. We're quite happy with that. Thank you to you guys. So please subscribe, please like as well. And you can donate money as well, guys. You can ask me, hey guys, how do we keep all of this working? Like we also need to have like a lot of cameras. Like we only have one camera now, and we've had this camera since like 2020. So if we have like three, you see now, if we have like camera facing MUNYA, camera facing, that would be really nice. So we still need to, go, and so we'll be going together. But yeah, thank you guys. On to the next one.